Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Team Eagle's Monday Evening Zoom. Happy to see so many of you join us. As you know, we are Mick and Jenny Daly in the very chilly mountains of Colorado. It's bitterly cold here, but I have to tell you, December the 4th, and we still have no snow, which is fine if, like us, you aren't skiers. But, of course, it's not too good for the skiing industry. But I'm sure that winter will be on us with a vengeance, I'm sure, before long. So anyway, we're excited. We have a great program for you this evening. First of all, Mick, would you like to update us on the contest?
I certainly will. I could find it.
Well, while you're looking for it, I will share with everybody, if they haven't already seen the results on Facebook, it was a very close contest this past month, but in the end, the one that came through as the winner was none other than Amanda Schneider in Phoenix, Arizona. So congratulations, Amanda. I mailed a check to her today for $50, and she will get the additional $100 when she joins us at the conference in Phoenix in April. So congratulations to Amanda, and also congratulations to everybody else who finished in the top 10, because you will all receive several entries for the 5 $100 bills that we give away at conference. And depending on your positions, when you finish this contest each month, you get an appropriate number of entries into that drawing. So Mick, do you want to add anything to that?
No, only to congratulate Denise Feigem for pushing Amanda right to the very end, and Linda Miller for pushing Denise. Yep,
there was a lot of competition there last month. But, you know, we're now in December, it's a whole new month, and the clock restarts at 0, and so anybody could win it this month. So keep your eyes open, stay tuned.
Before we move on, I do want to, again, if I could only see what I want to show you. I'm supposed to know this stuff.
It's good to know that you're not perfect.
I do want to show you this, because we're only 4 days into the new month. But we already have a leader, and I believe Amber is on the Zoom tonight, Amber McCauley, Lisa McCauley's daughter-in-law. So Amber has already completed her HLP promotion this month. So she gets 100 points, and her sponsor, Lisa, gets 100 points. And then we have Alicia Voigt, who I think is also on tonight's Zoom. And Alicia already this month has 5 orders, which is outstanding. And then Garth Taylor, who will hear his name taken in vain in just a moment. Garth has already sponsored a fellow chap to increase the ratio of men to women on Team Eagles. Well done, Garth. And Evie Rostein has 3 orders already this month. So looking good for the contest for this month. Jenny, back to you.
Excellent. Okay. Well, it gives me great pleasure this evening to introduce one of our favorite people. Maybe I should say 2 of our favorite people, I'm not sure. JanetTayler and her husband Garth have become good friends of ours over the years. They are originally from South Africa, and it's possible that you might think her accent sounds a little bit like ours, but I assure you it's different. Janet is a practicing naturopath. She has been for 18 years. And she believes that prevention is the only way to become healthy and to stay truly healthy. She joined the Juice Plus company back in 2003. She is a QNMD, a Qualified National Marketing Director on our team. And her husband, Garth, who is with her this evening, he is now retired, very recently retired, as in just a few days. And the 2 of them now plan to travel the world building their health business, specifically Juice Plus, getting to the next level. And I know that Janet has her sights set on National Marketing Director. We're behind you all the way, Janet. So tonight, Janet's going to share with us how to achieve the 2,000 plus fast track. So whether you're relatively new to the business, whether you've been with us for a while and you are helping other people on your team to do this, I know that she has some great words of wisdom for us. So Janet, over to you.
Well, I've been told to please put my business and product story up front and foremost. So in order to be duplicatable, as what I tell everybody, be duplicatable. Jenny, you'll be grinning at this because I wasn't duplicatable in the beginning at all. A 1 minute product story is probably arriving in the country. I was getting bronchitis, allergies, asthma, terrible bronchitis at the beginnings of pretty much every season. And within 4 to 5 months of starting on Juice Plus, they petered out and I've never had them since. And that's been 14 years. We've been with the business for 14 years and for very good reason joined the business after that. I mean, it made so much sense to me. But oddly enough, I only joined the business as a family product getter initially. I didn't see the business as a business. I saw my business as naturopathy. But over time, it's become really obvious that it's a very easy way for me to get my clients under the door to better health and getting more fruit and vegetables in them because they couldn't do what I was asking them to do, which was as many fruit and vegetables as possible, either juiced or eating every day. So it's become very obvious to me that this is the way to go. I can work with so many more people. I can share the business with so many more people. I can help and support with health and wealth. So that's why we actually are building now. And I've finally seen NMD in my sights, which is great at last. Okay, so let's get started. Mick, you wanted to start with Team Eagles. I think it's a really, really good place to start because we normally get going with the HLP and with brand new reps, showing them Team Eagles site because it really is good. If you look at, I'd like you to stop, just scroll a little bit up first to click here. If you can click on that stair step, please. Oh, is that not the right one? I was looking for the stair step. I think I think it's under launch, is it? It's launch and the stair step. So maybe it's a little bit
just to clarify, this is the I'm Curious starting page.
Correct.
Which is for anyone who is open to learning about what the Juice Plus business is all about, and it's predominantly 3 videos. And if you want to see the stair steps,
it's under launch.
Yep. So we'll jump ahead there, and if I could only remember where the stair steps was.
It's a bit further up, Mick.
No, it's not. I don't think it's launch. I think it's I'm you. No, it's not there either. I built this thing and I can't even remember where things are.
Study mission driven. No, it's not. I thought it was. That's where I looked early on.
Did you find it in launch?
Is it under next steps, maybe?
Oh no, it is. I think it is. Connie, sorry everybody. I really should be able to take us where it wants to go, but I'm blessed if I can find it. So why don't you move on, Janet, and
Okay.
I'll try and find stair steps.
All right. What I was wanting to say was with the stair steps, I am doing, okay, we've got a new HLP here. How do we move them on to 2000? What I generally start with, and I know Rachel mentioned this last week, I start with that stair step, and every step in between, I go back to the stair step because to me, it's a beautiful goal, and you can use it as a tracking device. where you actually check off at the bottom of each new stair step, check off where you've gone. So we're currently we've clicked on distributor, at least the dealer, and we've now clicked on DD. So both of those are checked off, and we're working towards the 2000. You can show the rocket, my little rocket picture, Mick, please. I like to use this. I made this up pretty recently, but I've used a similar rocket in the past. It's a very, very easy little stair step again, rocket ship. You start with number 1 is your own order, number 2 your next order, 3, 4, 5, virtually or working with the permutations of the incentive guides. So if you have your first order, for instance, is omegas and a children's health study, you can then highlight on the arrow all the way up to 247 points. Your second order might be a trio. You've got another 169. You're almost at 500 already. So you can highlight up the arrow, and the top of the arrow is your first 500. I've used this for both a 500 and a first rep, a second rep, and a third rep as well, showing 500s each. And the distributor who started did her own 500. She became an HLPer. She used this for her next, her first rep. She used this for her second rep and her third rep, and that gave her 2,000 points. So you can actually keep using it as you're going through the 2,000 points. Can you show us the incentive guide, please? The one on, I think it's on Team JP, we looked at.
Do you mean the points chart?
The points chart. There is one
let's see if I can find this.
Application form. It's right down the bottom end of the application form, but that one doesn't have omegas on it yet. So where do we find? Have you got it? Nope.
It's kind of silly because I was working on this earlier today and I knew where everything was, and suddenly I can't find anything.
Was that one on the Team Eagles or Team JP? That was the points. Anyway, if you
So I'm gonna
if you can't show it here, go and have a look on the application form. You can go to the virtual office. You can go to, there we go. There it is. The first line in this one, this is Mick's version of it. And to my mind, it's a really, really nice one because you've got everything together. You've got the omegas in there as well, and the omegas aren't actually on any of the company incentive guides yet or profit guides yet. This one shows, if you can just scroll, I can't show you on this, but if you can point down the PVC line there for me, Mick, with your cursor, the first line. Right, okay, so all of those, you can take those permutations of those points are going to give you your 2,000. We were looking at if you do omegas and a trio, you need 10 customers to get your 2,000 points. If you just do the trio on its own, you need about, I think it's about 15. So you've got permutations. If you do 1 or 2 tower gardens, you're going to get up there much, much faster. So as long as you know what this incentive guide looks like and you know where to find it, you know how to get those points off there, you can use those on the rocket ship and quite easily track yourself to 500 or track on to 2,000. So those, and then if I know I'm bouncing around here, Mick, but if we can go back to the Brian Rose video, the little short clip, which is on Team Eagles. It's very, very nice. I love showing that to new reps. Yeah, there. I've just seen it. It was just a little bit below.
Is it
It's just scroll down on this one.
the 2000 plus or?
It's the 2000 plus. Yeah.
Okay. So
it's the one where he shows the little stick
steps.
figures. These little stick figures in a stair step.
This one.
Saw it a few seconds ago. No, not this one.
Oh, not the 2000 plus. Okay.
No.
Not even that one. This one.
Yeah, it's the one where he draws on. It's basically a napkin presentation.
Hello. In this video, we're going to answer the question: how does the Juice Plus company?
That one, Janet?
What is
Below that? A little bit further down.
Not this one?
That's not the Brian Rose, I don't think.
Yeah, that's Brian Rose.
Clinical research.
This is too long.
Website.
Yeah, this is all right. It's not the one I was thinking of, though.
Okay.
It's all right. No. Okay, yeah, I think leave that out for the time being because people can go back to that. I don't want to run out of time and certainly don't want to keep you guys waiting. I think the most important part for me of getting to 2000 is the whole thing of duplication. I mentioned earlier on that probably Jen and Rachel would laugh about my being duplicatable because in the early days, all I was interested in was doing healthy eating workshops and promoting the whole idea of food and cooking. So I would go to huge event extensions of myself putting on food, and nobody could follow that. And I wasn't getting anywhere with it, and it was actually making me very irritable in doing the business until I went to an in-home program that Rachel ran, and she put on a couple of videos, and I thought, okay, I can do that easily enough. And then I heard Rick Du Bois say exactly the same thing, that instead of talking at any of his in-home events, he puts on a video. So he makes it very duplicatable right from the beginning. And if you can do that with your HL peer, your new rep is going to be able to do exactly the same with their HL peers and so on down the line. So duplication has become very important for me. Events, huge, absolutely huge. You can see on Team Eagles the kind of events, the ones that I like to use are the parties, Facebook parties. I love doing in-home events for anybody. So a rep can call up and say, look, I've got 2 or 3 guests and we'll make time. We'll make an event out of those 2 or 3 guest invitations immediately. And then try to do exactly the same in their own homes as well. I remember one of the fast track sales coordinators saying that she gets every new rep right from the outset to set up 3 different events. They can be on the same day. It can be a breakfast, a midday, and an evening. It can be spread out, but at least 3 within the first week. For the first one, she does the training. She does the example. The second one, she and the rep share it evenly, and it's pretty much scripted. There are lots of different scripts in the Healthy Living Revolution. There are scripts on Mission-Driven Model. Easy script of put in a DVD, ask a couple of questions, hand out complete. That's a kind of a script in itself. And then the last one, the new rep does the training herself or himself. So very, very early on, they are giving good examples of duplication of an event, just to get rid of that fear, because we know that one of the greatest fears is public speaking. So get through that as fast as possible. Get the whys set. One thing I like to do is to go over those whys fairly often. You don't only start with it and then just leave it, because your whys change over time. So within a couple of weeks even of starting to take a product, you're going to potentially see a change. So tweak your why. Don't fire hose the why. Don't make it more than about 1 to 2 minutes. Keep it really short and sweet. And then over time, the why is going to change as your own testimonial develops, or as you see people changing around you. The same thing applies with the business model or the business why. You can start with a specific why, and one of the things I wrote down that I like to do with my reps, my new ones, is we go through exactly why we want to do the business. Why is it that you want 100? That's the one I was looking for. No, still not. We go through exactly why you want $100. Why do you want 250? What are you actually going to do with it? What does it mean to you to have a holiday? What does it mean to you to have good health? So all, again, set up questions to get that why as powerful as possible. Okay, so they're at HLP and you want to move them higher. You've got events. And I like to recruit from the memory jogger. So we go through a memory jogger from day one, set up a memory jogger, and using all the usual tools of, you can check the yellow pages for, okay, a plumber. Oh yeah, my plumber is so-and-so, and you write the name down. Or electrician, and you write the electrician's name down. Don't try cold calling. It's not necessary. One of the things I think was very important for me early days was the company was saying, don't get more than 40 customers, 40 to 60. You don't need more. You can't have good relationships with more. Look for more distributors, more reps, and each of them has their satellite of 40 to 60 customers. It makes the whole business very manageable and, again, very duplicatable. Recruiting from the memory jogger, we highlight 3 to 10 names, and this becomes the first, the second, the third rep and beyond. And what I like to ask there is, who would you absolutely love to work with? So you think about people like Jeff Roberti inviting Lauren Slocum for, gosh, it was something like 17 years or 7 years or something ridiculous. And you think of Nick and Jenny talking to Rachel for an equal length of time. Who would you really love to work with eventually? That person comes on board and they get moving. So look for the people that you want to work with. Look for the people that you really love to work with. And I like to ask them, okay, you want to work with this person, how will they benefit? Why is it that you want them in your team? What kind of a network do they have? Because you don't want them flying into someone that they haven't seen in years and years and trying to grab them as a distributor. We're always talking about relationships and building relationships. Again, it's very important that the relationship is there before you actually mess it up by inviting them to do a business that they have no idea about at all. So lots of questions. Some things that I've actually done to find reps for myself have been to ask good friends who've told me time and time again through my persistence, no, I'm not interested in doing the business with you. I'm okay with the product, but no, I don't want to go any further. That's when I think it may have been Jenny, I'm not too sure, who said, well, say to them, could you introduce me to somebody who needs gap income or needs extra money, needs the extra health, has kids that they're looking after, is a stay-at-home mom, somebody who would who'd need the business, who'd like to do the business. So I have done that, and I've actually gained a couple of reps from that, from doing it that way around. So initially, your 2,000 person, you're going to have to hold their hand, really duplicate what you've been doing, do the event, lots of different events. I like to set up a daily accountability call, daily, asking them what they did yesterday, what they did today, or they're going to do today, what they're going to do tomorrow, just to keep them focused. And it's very short, very sweet. Sometimes they haven't done anything, but it doesn't matter because it keeps them focused. They keep on calling and they slowly get into the habit working the business. And then the Royal Crown exercise, I like adding that in. That's the 2x2x2, 2 new contacts, 2 follow-ups, 2 new orders if you can find them in 1 week, 2 customer follow-ups, and then 2 business offers so that they start offering the business off the mark. Okay, I think that's about what I'm doing. Oh, another thing that I really urge you to do is show the whole idea of residual income right from the beginning. Today, for instance, I had a customer, I called her, I saw her product was due to ship, and she decided, no, she didn't want the children's health study anymore. And I was thinking, oh, she's going to cancel the whole lot. Spoke to her, and all she canceled was the children's health study, not her trio. So I spoke to her about the omegas, and she added them. Now, she's been a customer for over 5 years. That is residual income. I had hardly any work to do at all. So the whole relationship building part, I really think we need to stress right from the outset. Build the relationship, make sure they fully understand that once you've got a good customer and you've got a really good relationship going, that's residual income, that's money in your pocket. You don't want to lose those, you want to keep those people and really work well with them. Support them to better health. Once you're doing that, you're going to get to 2,000 and beyond. So all of the groundwork is actually set for both virtual franchise and sales coordinator and way beyond. Have we got time for questions? If not, no problem. I think we're looking at I've got about 8:30 on my clock.
Okay, Janet, thank you so much. You've given us some awesome details there as to how to complete the 2,000 plus. Just to clarify for the new people who are with us tonight or listening to the recording, of course, why would we want to do the 2,000 plus, having done the HLP and got off, to a good start with those 500 points? Well, if you can get those 2,000 points in 60 days that Janet has just described, you will be promoted to the 14% commission level, which is called virtual franchisee. You will get a ticket to the next conference, which is worth $100, and you will also receive a $250 bonus. So just wanted to throw that one in there as well.
Very much so. You forgot to talk about that.
I'm sure we have a couple of minutes. We started late. If anybody has a question or a comment, can you unmute yourself? You can do that by putting your mouse, if you're on the computer, bottom left-hand corner.
I've unmuted everyone.
Oh, you have? Okay, perfect.
Well, at least I tried to.
Linda.
Yes.
I thought you had something to say.
Oh, no. I was listening. Janet, you did a great job.
Okay.
I've got a couple team members on that are moving towards 2,000 plus. So I'm hoping that they're taking away some info. I know it's dark. I'm sitting here in the dark. Oh my goodness.
We can still see you.
Can you? Okay.
If anyone does want a printable copy, I've actually worked out, well, Garth helped me work out to get a printable copy of my little rocket. I'll happily send it to you, anybody who wants it.
Oh, that would be great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That $250, of course, that's very important. Very important part of it.
I think that's a great idea, Janet, because visuals, I'm a very visual person, and when you write things down and you can see as you're going, it's easier.
Yeah. I'd like to track as I'm going, so the checking off on the stair step or checking off anywhere that you need to make sure that you can see where you are. It helps you with the goal. I don't know if we talk about promotional PVC at this point, but the minute they get to VF and heading towards sales coordinator, they need to actually know the difference between promotional PVC and Payline.
Yeah, I think that would be a topic for another evening.
Yeah, The company is so great. Again, here's another whole reason for this company. I just love the company. That it gives us all of the promotional PVC, all of the PVC up front. It doesn't spread it out over the 4 months of payment right up at the beginning. So you get all of that PVC. You get to HOP and 500 points, and you get to keep those 500 points to get to your next 2,000. So I love this company. It's really so fair. It's wonderful. It's made it very, very possible to get there quickly.
I would also, that sounds very I would also encourage you, if you're sponsoring somebody who is working on their 2,000 plus, when you think they're getting close to doing it, I would have you clarify with distributor support that they are absolutely on track, because there are many guidelines, you know, and the company, because they're giving away a significant amount of bonus money, there are certain rules, regulations that you have to follow. For example, you have to have, including your own order, I think 8 different households ordering Juice Plus. They have to be different households. They have to be paid for on the customer's credit card. You know, I had somebody recently who thought she could just, that the sponsor bought an extra box of capsules to give her the points. But no, they are not going to count that. You know, it's got to be genuine sharing, genuine customers. So, you know, the distributor support department is there to help all of us. So obviously we can help as well. But when you want to be absolutely sure that everything is there, over the years we've had too many disappointed people who thought they had done it, and then something was, you know, not quite in place, and they missed out on the bonus. So,
may I share your story today, Alicia?
Yes.
We called. We did a 3-way with distributor support to find out whether Alicia had got her HLP. She was way over 500 points already on her count. They said no, she was at 400 and something. And what we realized was that, and this is something you must watch out for as well, that her complete order had been transferred. So she initially only got Payline PVC for it. So only 30 something points.
When you say transferred, Janet, can you clarify that?
Yeah, I'm going to. It wasn't cancelled under her sponsor. It was transferred from the sponsor to her own order. So distributor support said, well, no problem. It's only just shipping. Let's cancel it, and let's put in a brand new order, and then she gets her full benefit for the company. So she got her full benefit. Now she's over 500 points.
Good.
And then at the same time, she's living in the same household with her son. And they were saying, same household. So they wouldn't have given it to her if we hadn't called in. We did call in, and they said, well, okay, no, that's an exception. Her son is getting on his own credit card, and we understand that. She's living there, but it's a separate household in that case.
All right, thank you.
It's very well worth it to call in.
Yeah. Nicole.
I had a question regarding something similar to that. If the customer, so we're supposed to cancel because they became a distributor. That's a reason to cancel an order and place a new one. What happens though with somebody who has a children's health study? Can you still cancel that and the new children's health study under them?
Yes, you can. They've changed the rules with the children's health study now. You can cancel as a customer and then reset it as, put it in again as a new rep.
Oh, great. Okay.
So now you as a customer, I had that a little while back, had a customer going for 2 or 3 years. Right. And they've allowed them to put a children's health study in as well.
Okay, great. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, one last question.
Or not.
Well, I think you did a great job, Janet. You covered a lot of material in a very short period of time. So thank you very much. Thank you, everybody, for joining us this evening. And we will be back same time, same place next week. And I have to be honest, I can't remember who's on the agenda or what the topic is. Oh, I see Melinda waving. Would it be you, Melinda? Awesome. All right. Well, we certainly look forward to it. I know it'll be good, whatever it is.
So before we say goodnight, I do have an explanation for the trouble I was having finding things at teameagles.net. I was looking at the old version. My browser had not refreshed and was not showing the new version with all the new good stuff that I added today. So my apologies to Janet and to everyone else. But I guarantee you, if you go to teameagles.net, you will see the points chart. You will see the stair steps. You'll see all of them that I was failing to find. So my apologies, Janet.
So just definitely go to the Brian Rose. That was actually the one that talks about the 8 households and all the rest. So it's all in, for the 2000. Very, very good little description.
Okay. Good night, one and all. Have a great Juice Plus week. And we'll look forward to hearing from Melinda next Monday night.
Good night.
Bye for now. Thanks again, Janet.
Bye,
Awesome job,
everybody.
Janet. Bye, guys.